My 2 cents, motherfucker. What up, y'all? Welcome to the first ever My 2 cents video. This is just going to be kind of a giving my opinion on different matters that's being discussed on YouTube and whatnot. And this one really hasn't spread around yet, but it's about to. So I'm going to go ahead and put my 2 cents in now, because I know it's going to start spreading, and there's going to be a lot of bitching, probably a lot of hating, a lot of praise. But most of all, I can see a lot of bitching and a lot of hating, because I've been watching on the YouTubes lately, and I've been seeing where everyone's saying that Psychopathic is dead and ICP's money hungry. And I have a whole nother video that I have potentially want to do on that, and that's not what this is about. But I did go ahead and I've seen the Psychopathic video where they did actually confirm everyone's speculations about motherfucking Big Hoodoo. My thoughts on it are whatever. Psychopathic is going to do what Psychopathic wants to do, and I don't think there's really much we can do about it. We can love it or we can hate it, and if we hate it, it's going to pass. They're going to get rid of them, and they're going to do a new artist. My thoughts on it are, I really don't care if they have someone new coming on. I don't care for Cold 187, but I'm not constantly bitching about him. I'm just simply not going to buy his albums. I'm not going to rep his shit. That's just the bottom line. From day one, for me, it was always about ICP, and from this point on, it's going to be about ICP for me. I've been a juggalo since 2002. ICP has been in my life since 1997. My brother and my sister loved ICP, so the music was always around me, but I never got into it until 2002, through junior high, when I kind of became an outcast, and I connected to all the songs I was listening to. Behind the Paint was the biggest one that made me stop and think, God damn. And from that day forward, I never actually went around calling myself a juggalo, but I definitely listened to the music a lot more from that point on. And eventually the word just kind of fit into place. Like I said, it was 2007 before I ever had any kind of monies and whatnot. So to me, I was born a juggalo, or I consider myself a juggalo, from 2002, but I didn't have the resources to, have the CDs and whatnot and collect the CDs as they come out until 2007 when I started working. So, but from the beginning, it's always been ICP. And actually, when I first heard Twisted, I didn't like Twisted. It took a little bit of time for me to listen to him before I liked him. Same thing with Boondocks, same thing with ABK and Blaze, and even with Dark Lotus. It took a few times before I finally took. And it's going to be the same way with any other artist. At first, I'm going to shun them off, and I'm not going to give them a chance. And if I come across a song or something that makes me think twice, then maybe I'll buy it and start ripping that shit. I'm not going to automatically like anybody that Psychopathic puts out. I don't have a single Date and Family album, because yeah, they were dope and shit on Sex, Drugs, Money, and Murder off of Independence Day, but it just wasn't enough for me to want to go buy an album. I mean, I've listened to Cocaine. That was an alright song, but I've got to come across something that makes me want to get something before I blow it out of proportion and love the shit out of it, like Twisted, ABK, Blaze, and all them. I mean, I don't even have a Zug Island CD, because I personally, I don't know, I have a hard time getting into Sin's voice. His voice kind of annoys me, so therefore I don't have any Zug Island albums. I'm very picky, actually. I gotta be in an open-minded mood before I'll give new shit a try. Kung Fu Vampire was the same way, and I happen to be in a very open-minded kind of mood the day that I started watching his interviews and looking up his songs. And from there, I'm going to be a supporter of Kung Fu Vampire. I'm just that way. I'm just a picky motherfucker when it comes to music. So, to sum everything up, that's exactly how I feel about any Psychopathic artists that come on. Psychopathic is a business, and I know that. They're going to try to keep the roster filled when they lose artists. And you think about it, they've been talking about, what'd they say, back in December they had 2 upcoming Psychopathic artists that were going to get signed and come out with releases. Well, we lost 2 Psychopathic artists last year. They're going to keep those rosters full. They're going to keep making music, because that's what they are, as a business. And I don't care what they do. I'm not looking forward I'm not out looking and waiting on the new artists. I'm out waiting on the new ICP album, the new ABK album, the new Blaze You Dead Homie album. Nothing else. If for some reason I hear something like at a concert, it was actually Hollowicked 07 that made me stop and give Boondocks a try. And from there, many more doors opened. I actually was into Boondocks before I was ABK and Blaze. I gave Boondocks a chance before I ever did those two. I happened to get an ABK CD, a Burnt Off Hatchet Warrior, and that's what made me get into ABK. So that's what it takes. I got to hear him at the concert, and I was not impressed with Cold 187 when I went to American Psycho Tour. So I just, bottom line, that's just it. I'm not out for the new artists. I'm out for the new albums of the artists I already love. So Psychopathic can do whatever they want to do, and if I eventually get into the new artists, then so be it. It's all love. But otherwise, I'm in love with the artist that's already there. And I think everybody just needs to stop bitching and saying Psychopathic's falling apart, because you still have the main motherfuckers that built goddamn Psychopathic Records. Yeah, Twisted had a big role in it, and yeah, they left a huge ass hole, but guess what? ICP is still there. Who knows? Twisted may come back. Doubt it. But ICP's still there. They're the ones that created it. It started with them, it'll end with them. So, this is DCFAYGOGUY, and that's my 2 cents on the whole thing.